Alrighty, hello again Internet. I'm Zac BNJMN and I'm back with part 3 of the How I Made the Glasswing EP, I guess it'll be called. Yeah, today we're going to be having a look at Swallowtail, which is the last song on the EP. It's probably the one I had the most difficulty writing compared to the other two. Yeah, the riff for this one came real quick, but yeah, we'll get into that in a sec. Yeah, I'll pop the song in here now, but if you haven't heard it before, definitely go check it out on Spotify, Bandcamp, iTunes, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, stream it, add it to your Spotify, or download it if anyone still downloads music. Yeah, if you've watched the other videos, this whole album and this song included is inspired by the areas around home. And Swallowtail's the name of one of the streets just up the road from here. So yeah, it's just another location-based song. Yeah, I can't actually remember when I wrote this song. I remember writing the riff. There was another point I was like mid-conversation with Kiara, and then I felt really rude because I just picked up a guitar and I'm like, sorry, like. And yeah, for whatever reason, this riff just popped into my head, so I had to grab a guitar and write it out, or record it. I think I just tracked it acoustically on my phone or something. First I decided to forget, I videoed myself. I've probably got it here somewhere. If I can find it, I'll put it in the video at the end. So yeah, originally, the basis of the song, it started with this idea, this one here. So yeah, I actually wrote it on the acoustic guitar first, but obviously, to keep it thematic with the rest of the EP, it ended up being a full band song as well, so I popped that riff on electric as well as the acoustic. And yeah, the start of the song, I merged them together, so it starts acoustic and then the electrics fade in to essentially introduce the full band into the song, so you can have a listen. So yeah, that's the main sort of riff to the song. So as you can hear, like I said, it starts acoustic and then the rest of the band fades in. But when it gets to the actual main riff, when the full band comes in, it's playing. So we'll break it down. So there's these cleaner sort of guitars, they're sort of like slightly overdriven sort of sound. They're playing that main riff. Underneath that, we've also got these. Just some quieter double-tracked acoustic guitars as well, sitting underneath it. Because it did start acoustically, I did want to keep that vibe going throughout. But then between those two, I just felt like that sliding part in the riff still didn't have enough, I don't know, it wasn't sustained nicely enough, whether that's my playing or just the guitar tone, probably a little bit of both. So I added these two in as well, so they're a bit more overdriven. So So you can hear they're quite like heavily EQ'd as well, just to have those mids and the high end, so really just to brighten up that high end of the overdriven guitars underneath them. But yeah, altogether, just the guitars sound like this. And then with the bass. And then yeah, the drums have just got a pretty chill drum beat on the ride cymbal there as well. Yeah, so nothing too crazy. So that's like the main riff, but I guess you'd also call it the chorus. It's the bit that repeats the most in the song anyway. Likewise, the bass, it's not doing anything too crazy there. Just following those, the root notes, and yeah, pretty much rhythmically in time with the acoustic guitars. So we go into the verse and like the first sort of solo. I'll mute the solo for now, but yeah, it's mainly just doing those same chords, but the heavily overdriven guitars, they drop out. So yeah, much the same sort of chords, just rearranged without the riffy bit as well. The solo does kick in, and again, this is sort of where I struggled. Like I really like the song, like I really like the riff I came up with, and I found it quite hard to put solos to it. So like, obviously, like if I was in a band, this is where the vocals would come in, and like the that rhythm part would either be like palm muted or like strummed like it is. So I find it kind of hard to put a lead part over it, but you can have a listen anyway on its own. So that's like the second half of that versey bit. That's sort of the catchier part that I found. It was similar, more like a vocal line. The first half there, that's sort of like your solo, and then this is where there's a little bit of a melody that you can like grab onto. So yeah, sort of like a melody line just in octaves, which like has like similarly has appeared on the other songs on the album as well. EP, I should say. There's also this synth. You sort of have to really listen for it, like most of the synths I add in, but on its own. In context. The same deal. You sort of do have to really listen to it, but similarly, drums are pretty chill there as well. There's nothing too crazy going on. It's all pretty basic. Yeah, and then same sort of deal. This is a bridge, I guess you'd call it a bridge. So it's essentially going chorus, verse, bridge, I guess you would call it that, and then it repeats from there. But again, it's a more stripped down version. So guitars are doing similar chords, but now palm muted, a bit rhythmically different, and the bass sort of jumps to the forefront and has the main interesting melody there. So yeah, probably my favorite part there is the bass. You can have a listen to the bass on its own with the drums. Coming into it here. back into that chorusy part as well. So. So yeah, back to that riff, but now I'm soloing over it as well. Again, we got some more synths that you really have to listen for. So context. Yeah, so I mean, you've probably noticed by now if you've watched the other episodes as well, but I do really like having layers that are buried that you really have to listen for. That, I don't know, if you didn't have good headphones, you might not hear otherwise. And I'm sure like heaps of other bands do this, but with even more. Like some sessions that I've seen of some players, they've just got tracks on tracks on tracks, and it's just like craziness, which I think is awesome as well. But yeah. Just burying little things like that sort of brings it out, but yeah, adds to the wall of sound. But also, like, I don't know, I love albums where you go back and you listen to, you know, you can listen to the same song for like hundreds of times and you didn't realize there was delay on a vocal, or like yeah, like a really quiet counter melody that maybe you didn't notice the first time. That sort of stuff is, yeah, what I love about listening to albums. So going on from there goes, so these more heavily overdriven guitars drop out, but we sort of go into the catchier sort of lead bit as well. So similar octave melody, then it goes higher up the octave here as well. With the lead parts. So yeah, just cutting these up too, I thought it gave it like a cool digital effect on the, instead of like a standard sort of tremolo like. If you listen to it on its own, it sounds kind of nasty, but I like it. I like how digital it sounds in context, so like... And in that section, we've actually got both synths going as well. So it'd be like these two together. And then yeah, back into the more sparse sort of, I don't know, rhythmic aggressive section, I guess you'd call that. So yeah, the song's bookended, same way it opened, like goes back to that riff. However, the electric guitars this time fade out instead of fade in. So by the end of it, yeah, it's just going back to acoustic. Same deal in soloing with this one. I struggled the most out of the lot. The others came sort of naturally, whereas the riff came naturally in this, but the solos didn't. So I don't know. When in doubt, just like chuck in a tapping riff or whatever. So yeah, that's sort of what I did there. I don't know. It's fun. Like, I like it, and it sounds a lot harder than it is, I guess. But yeah, I definitely struggled the most with the leads in this. Yeah, if like coming from like a, I don't know, pop punk background, like usually you come up with a good riff and then let the singer take over and they can yeah, flesh out the rest of the song. But yeah, sometimes you definitely do get stuck working on your own. Don't have as many people to bounce ideas off. And like I guess I could have got a singer too, but I also like, yeah, trying to do everything myself because I'm a bit of a control freak. So you've got no one to blame if you do it yourself, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But yeah, that's the majority of the song. It's not too complicated. There's not too much to it. But yeah, I guess they're the fun parts though, like having those synthesizers just buried under everything. But yeah, I mean that sort of ends the series on this one of the Glasswing EP. Anyway, I'd like to keep doing more of these, so I might go through some older tracks if I can find them. If not, I've still got the sessions, so we'll see how we go. Yeah, check me out on Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, all that sort of stuff. All the links will be down below. But yeah, thanks for watching. We might do a video on the Helix one day, or like the studio setup. We'll see how we go. But yeah, go download the song, grab it on Bandcamp, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you want to listen. And yeah, peace out. See you next time.